How's it going, internet? Just wanted to do a quick video today. After listening to Echoes of Eternity, I was a little pumped to do some Horus Heresy, and I've had this idea for an Iron Hands Legions Imperialis army for a little while, to coincide with the Iron Hands 28 mil army that didn't really get off the ground when Horus Heresy 3rd edition launched, just because my gaming group wasn't really into it. We do have a couple guys in the group that like Legions Imperialis more, and I've got a lot of stuff lying around, so I figured I'd take a chance and see if I could make my idea work. So here's some testers I've got. So this is the official plastic Rhino, and I did like a dark silver with some Abaddon black panels, a little bit of a Mechanicus standard gray highlight, which I actually really didn't like, and I removed it from the front doors because I think kind of the framing in the silver is probably highlight enough, so I might take it off of the doors actually. I'm not sure. Maybe just throw decals on there. And then the top hatches and the bolters. I wanted to do the bolters in the more like 40K white casing because it just kind of breaks the silhouette of the model up a little bit more. Here's I had a couple strips of resin infantry that I'd had kicking around for a while now, so I figured I'd do a test on that. So again, dark silver. I got a little bit of lead belcher for some edge highlights. And then the white is actually dark ivory from Pro Acryl, which I really, really like, because then if you wanted, you probably don't need it on these guys, but if you wanted, you could highlight with a white and it'll still pop up. You can see the highlight pretty easily. And then I threw just a little, like a really thin down Nuln wash. I have like a Nuln oil wash that's like a 1 part Nuln oil, 3 points Lamian medium to just put a little tiny bit of depth into that ivory. And then did some Terminators here. Get those to focus. So again, a little more white on their little leather strips and on their combi bolters. And then I did a little bit of black, so all the shoulder pads have a little bit of black on them. Get that to focus. And then a little Mechanicus standard gray highlight there. And then I got one more guy. He was actually the first one I did, and actually probably the happiest with him. So I got a couple bases. I'm gonna base these guys up. I have a decently sized Iron Warriors army, and for those, they were also resin infantry because I didn't like the Mark 6 for Iron Warriors or Iron Hands really. So I used printed resin infantry, and for those ones I glued them to the base and then put sand around them to do like Talarn desert bases, and they were just a huge pain. They take forever to paint it all in between there. You get ground colors on your guys, you get silver on the ground, and it's just constant cleanup. So it's a real pain. So these guys, I'm gonna do a little bit differently. I painted them on their strips. Their little bases I painted in what's gonna be my basing material. I'm using Pro Acryl's fine basing texture. So I'm gonna glue them down on the base, clip them off of here, glue them on the base, and then put the fine texture on these, and then do a little dry brush to kind of highlight that up. I'm also, for these guys, they're gonna be sort of like reduced sized units because they're like kind of, beaten down after Istvan. So I'm gonna do only 3 specialist guys on a stand, so 3 Terminators, jump pack guys, and missile launchers. And then I'm gonna do 4 infantry, 4 standard tactical Marines. So that way my collection will stretch a little bit farther, but also it means that the bases will have extra space between the individual guys, so it'll be easier to get the basing material in there. So yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna give it a shot here. I will clip these guys off their bases, or their little strips, and then I'll glue them down onto these bases, do some basing material, try to finish that up, and then come back and show you the final product. But okay, see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, so I've got these guys done, and I'm fairly happy with the results. I got them mounted on some 25 mil random circle bases, and as you can see here, so I did the 3 Terminators like I mentioned, hit them with some of that Pro Acryl basing material, and it was kind of dark, so everything got multiple dry brushes. I think the highest one I did was bright neutral gray, just as light as possible, but that really helped. I was kind of doubting the basing until I did that, and it's like really popping out a little bit more. So it's pretty good. It was more challenging to get like right in the middle. You know, I was a little bit worried about putting these guys too close to the edge, but I think I can put them a little closer to the edge and get in that middle a little bit better, because that was a real pain. The Terminators too, I made that too close. Look at all that real estate they've got in the front, and it's like I should have left more in the middle. So lesson learned there. I think just having more space in the middle will make it easier to get those hard to reach spots. It wasn't too bad though, and I ended up using a goblin spear with the tip and there's like a little hook on it. I clipped those off, and this was actually a better basing tool than anything else I had available. I think the GW official one, but it was just too big. So that worked pretty well. And as you probably know from watching this channel, I have millions, and well, not millions, but hundreds of goblin spears. So those won't be an issue going forward. I can definitely use those up. And then the Rhino I got done. I ended up leaving the edge highlight on the doors. It's fine from far away. Doesn't look the best up close. I think dry brushing and contrast paints are the best way to do these vehicles, because it's so hard to do edge highlights on this small scale. And I mean, I'm not able to do them very well. I'm sure other people are more steady-handed. Yeah, I think it turned out okay. So I got a couple decals in the front, and then iron hands, one on each side as well. Did the lights up a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I like the palette for these guys. I like that it's like kind of just like a grayscale army, right? It's all sort of like silver metallics, grays, black and white. It's kind of interesting. I don't exactly know how it's going to look on my boards, but that's okay. It's just sort of one of those like really convenient armies, because I've got all the stuff, kind of like the 28mm version, where I already have everything, so why not do something with it? And I am more likely to be playing Legions Imperialis than I am big Horus Heresy, so yeah, I don't think this is quite my next project. The gaming group is still playing the Old World campaign, but it's something I can kind of work on in the background, maybe a little bit here and there. So we'll see. I did kind of portion out some stuff to make some demi companies and some like Dreadnought support, and I have a couple extra Mastodons from the Saturnine box that I might put towards them. I'm not sure yet. And then maybe half of, one box worth of the Saturnine stuff might also go towards these guys, because I don't really need I don't love Saturnine. They're okay. I don't know if I really need them for my Iron Warriors, but maybe I can give some to the Iron Hands. And then I don't know if you've read the Saturnine tactical journal. I think one of the ones for the Horus Heresy 28mm game. I like those journals. I think they're pretty cool. I like that they put a little extra lore in there, and one that I've been really liking is the War of Bitter Iron. They've had I think the Scutari book also mentioned it, but it's Iron Hands. It's some Iron Hands group that splintered off after Istvan, and they're taking on some of the the word bearers, sort of hold fast and kind of taking some of their worlds from them and getting into some scraps. So I do kind of like that. I do have a buddy that does play word bearers, so there's potential to kind of maybe, if they publish more about that particular campaign, we could maybe do some of that. But the guy that I game with quite a bit, he has World Eaters, so we could do bot and some of those other battles. And then I'll probably be doing a lot of Blood Angels for Legions Imperialis at some point too. That's probably what I'll use the plastic infantry on. So that would be great to do Nikron City, because that's Blood Angels and Iron Hands. So hopefully they'd complement themselves. They complement each other pretty well. So yeah, this is it's one of those things where it's like, well, I've got the extra stuff, so why not try it out? And I'm pretty happy with it. So not too bad for maybe an hour's worth of actual work. So anyways, yeah, hopefully this inspires you to try out a painting project that you're not sure about, because I feel like this is a success, and I'm sure like everybody, you've got some ideas too. So yeah, so when in doubt, try them out. So that's it. I'll leave it here and see you next video.